Sorry.
Raphael.
I mean, honestly.
We can do this.
Come on, Raphael. Keep it down.
We're back here with Fireman Three Houses, our Verdant Wind Assassin's only run. We have a base day ahead of us because we triumphantly ended off last battle day, which took forever. This will probably be a bit of a shorter episode because I'm just going to do the base management stuff. We're going to be trying to recruit people by raising our supports, raising Hoppy's skills, and we're going to go fishing because we saved a bunch of bait for the mystery fish today. And I'm going to do the fishing first because it sounds dull. Well, no. I mean, as dull as it, as interesting as it can be. Hoppy looks not impressed with me calling fishing uninteresting. I'm sorry, I just meant to watch. And then, the reason this is probably gonna be a short episode is because we're most likely tackling one of these, this next day, either either Sword and Shield of Saros, or one of these 3 DLC ones. Probably I'll save Black Market Scheme for until we're a little stronger. Once we actually class into Assassin, not only do we have way higher stats in speed and dex, as well as growths, but we also get Sword Fair. So everyone's doing an extra 5 damage with swords. That's pretty useful. So we're probably going to start with Sword and Shield of Saros because we almost had it in the bag when we were like 5 levels below here. So now that we're a lot higher level, it'll probably be better. That might give us some level 20s. Of course, we won't be able to do it until we're back at the monastery. And then for the second battle day, we'll probably try either Secret Merchant or Cursed Relic. I think we hadn't ever looked at Secret Merchant, although it's like 2 levels above our level in recommended. Maybe we could do it, yeah. But we checked out Cursed Relic a little bit before, and it seemed like we had to protect this Duke Garrett guy. And I don't 100% have faith in our ability to do that. I mean, a lot of people have swap, so I guess we could like swap him into a corner. But I don't know, we'll have to see. But as far as we can tell, of these 3 DLC ones, Black Market Scheme was said to be the easiest, so that's not encouraging. Anyway, point being, since we're doing paralogs, we're gonna try and do paralogs both battles of next battle day. That means they're gonna be full episodes each, most likely, so we're gonna get up to that point today. Did we already garden? Yes, we did. Good job, us. Let's go fishing. I'll cut ahead to if anything interesting happens. I'm going to avoid catching anything that isn't the special fish. I can't remember if the mystery fish in the pond is. It's not Fodlandy, right? That's when it's all rainbowy silhouette, and that happens I think later. So this one, it'll probably just be a purple one, I think, that we find. But I'm gonna leave it as far as 3 each time until we catch such a legendary beast. Although I can't remember if there's only one that you can catch in these days. Oh, you know what? I might grab any gold ones we get as well. If we get through this whole thing and I've gotten so many gold ones that we don't actually end up getting a, whatever the mystery fish is, whether it's purple or rainbowy, I can't remember, then I guess we could just load the safe. Although I'm not that desperate for it, really. It probably sells for a decent amount, and then you could probably use it in one really good recipe, but I can't really remember if it's worth doing. Historically, usually fishing all your bait away takes 15-ish minutes for us. Of course, it varies a bit depending on whether or not the fish you're looking for shows up in the first 2, or just the third fish that shows up. I suppose it is technically possible, though it would end up being really tedious to wait, save your bait every month and just keep buying it, stockpiling it until you get one of those fistfuls of fish day, and then you would make an absolute killing, but as we did last time. But I'm not that fussed about it. Maybe we'll do it if there are no interesting fishing events going on in a month and we don't actually need that much money immediately. Maybe that's the idea. Then we can save up and get a whole bunch of money later. Because having a buttload of money does help, because you can just use any old weapons and always keep them in tip-top shape with relative ease. And did the fistfuls of fish day, when you caught multiple fish, did that get you more professor level, perhaps? So it could be good for that as well, maybe. I can't remember. Okay. Bucker. Oh, there we are. Could have done a little better on the actual catching of it, but Goddess Messenger! Found it! Appears only when the water shines with spectral light, cooking to a dish that boosts dexterity, speed, and defense. Not Volindi, but Goddess Messenger, an entirely different fish. Dex, speed, and defense could be pretty legendary for later on in this run, but that was the fourth to last piece of bait we had, and it did end up yielding the one, so I don't know if you can oh, you can catch more! Oh my god, you can catch another one! I don't know if it has to be the highest tier bait, the herring bait, but it certainly helps getting their catch rate, because prior to this, it seemed like we were only getting bluefish, really. I mean, it was rarer that we were getting yellow or red fish. So I suppose in theory, if you had kept, like, you spend your other bait on the other ones, but you keep a bunch of herring bait for this day, you could get, like, many, many goddess messengers. I don't know yet if we'll be ever making it, oh, but there's more, and actually making it up into that meal, or if we'll just be selling it off for gold. We will have to decide, but we have a few with which to decide. Oh my god, don't mess it up now! That would be so stupid of me. It doesn't seem like it can be anything else, though, so even if you get a good, I don't know if that impacts your chances of... I don't know if it impacts your chances of what fish you get in other fish, but at least with this, it seems if it's a rainbow one, it's only the goddess messenger. Are we going to get a fourth, or a third, or whatever number of this was? Fourth, I think it would be. No, but there's some golden fish, that's... We'll take that. Right to the bank. Oh, get it? Oh my god, no, I'm messing this one up. There we go. Well worth the time we put into it then, in that case. Why do I still got my notes open? Oh, that's why, because I didn't actually check them off yet. Sorry, I was so focused on all this fishing excitement that I didn't even... Wow, look at all the professor level we got from that. We got like a 1200. I guess the goddess messengers give you a bunch as well. The notes I had that I meant to check, sorry. Number 1, we got Raphael with the Nouvelle attendance for the absolute defense thing. But if you look at their stats, they do magic +8. So that could be seriously, seriously good for one of our mage people. What is Marianne's charisma like? Because I thought, doesn't she have like an alright charisma? And Lysithea? Lysithia's actually isn't growing amazingly fast. So I'm thinking maybe we give the absolute defense to Lysithea. We want someone to have it because that's a good gambit. But more what I'm interested in here is the fact that it's way better damage for her. First of all, it doesn't tank her physical attack at all, and then it's +8 on magic. I mean, that's really good. Not to mention it gives her a bit of extra defenses, which is nice. I think I was squandering the magic attack potential of that thing before, and I don't want to do that. That said, I don't think I really want Raphael with this one that tanks his physical attack either. So I was thinking we would just, well, let's just start by giving him this one that's a bit more physical. His charisma, he's also not really amazing. None of our charismas are like superb. Except for Hoppy, Claude, Hilda is alright, Leonie's not bad. But most of us are kind of struggling in that department, which is interesting because, as I was saying before, I'm pretty sure Thief does kick your charisma up a notch. Man, we got Ferdinand after all that? Oh, no, right, he's a mission assistant. Anyway, point being, I suppose we don't really need Raphael to have an attacky battalion since his charisma, as they go, isn't amazing. We could give him one of these interesting ones, though, like Victor Private Military and see, because it probably, since it's a slightly higher tier battalion we got from a Paralog, probably grows into some decent stats. You've got all the Nouvelle ones active, is that correct? Right. Oh, Nouvelle Chamberlain Co. gives wicked high physical attack. I see, that's probably why Lawrence has been really good with that lately. I think we want Raphael with that, don't we? Indeed, so, oh, or maybe, well, I was gonna say Leonie, but, having her with the Gerald's Mercenaries feels right as well. Because we like the extra crit from that. And she'll grow in... I think we've just been unlucky with her strength growth, because it hit 13 when she was like level 7, and then just hasn't grown since. But her strength growth is like 50 or 45. It's something decent, so I would expect that it will grow more in the days to come, and we shouldn't despair that it's low right now. That said, any strength bumps we should probably give to her, because she's so legendary in other ways. She outclasses most of us in dex and speed. She has the highest dex of the party. Speed is 27. Claude matches that. I'm one higher. Granted, we all have, the three of us have speed +2 on. Other people are approaching her in speed, but she's ahead in dex by a fair bit in the most part. Does your authority grow slowly? It must do, right? Yeah, it's a D+, that's why you can use most of these. That said, of all the ones you can use, are any of them a bit better for you? I mean, this one's giving you good strength, and that's what we probably want for you, so I think that's fine. I think it was mostly the thing, getting Raphael off the super magic one that I wanted, and onto the super strength one. As for you, Lawrence, if you had the requisite everything, we could give you this one and then start training it up. Because it's better in every way than the one you have except for defense, and it's only level 1. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you the Victor Private Military, because this one will probably grow into be pretty good. Yeah, go for that. Also offsets your charisma a bunch. Great, so we followed with that. A bunch of people learned some combat arts and abilities and stuff, so I'm just going to quickly check through that and see if any of those need tweaking. Axe Breaker. Do we have any interest in that? I'm not sure I have much interest in that. Thing is, axes are... notoriously the lower accuracy of the 3 weapons, generally speaking anyway, so as we get good dodge, you're gonna be an axe breaker anyway, really. so I'm not necessarily sure I want to sacrifice any of these for that. Axe Breaker with you seems fair because you're like the sword lady. And we said Monster Blast we don't want because it bumps your crit and damage in a likable way, but doesn't bump your range, and we need all the range we can get. We've got Grounder for, which is more, almost as much extra damage, a bit of extra crit, and a bit more accuracy, but it takes more durability. But I think for most of us, we're probably going to want Grounder over it, since we're rogues. Having a bit of extra crit and accuracy amplifies our already good qualities. If it's to the point that the 2 damage is really going to make a difference, then we should be using a different sword, basically, is my thought process. And if there is no stronger sword, then we shouldn't be fighting it with that way. Yeah, probably for Raphael as well. That makes sense to do. Because his might, like, adding 2 might to the might is not as good as adding 5 to the crit and 10 to the accuracy for him, I would think, because he's already going to be pretty strong. Ignatz, I think putting Wrath Strike makes more sense because he does his struggle sometimes with actually dealing damage with sword. So if it's this kind of thing where someone has 1 health and we want to finish them off, we want that extra bit. Soul Blade, obviously, for you. I've given you Wrath Strike and Soul Blade, in case you need to deal physical damage, but probably Grounder makes more sense over the Wrath Strike again, doesn't it? Because your strength is, not as high as some of our more physically attacky members of the party. In fact, your strength is among the lowest in the party. Maybe I should put Wrath Strike on then, sorry. And yeah, probably curved Grounder for you. I've given you Bane of Monsters because it has it's more damage than Wrath Strike and more crit than Grounder. It just doesn't have the accuracy of either of them, and you're pretty accurate, so that should be fine. I gave you Finesse Blade, and since we're assassins, that's going to be growing stronger and stronger as the game goes on, as opposed to these 2, which will remain the same. So that's definitely worth it, I think. I also gave you Bane of Monsters, but probably we don't need both of those, right? Probably would rather have Curved Shot for you. We've been missing out on that a lot. Either Curved Shot or Swap. Yeah, well, you're not amazing with bows, so I think probably Swap makes more. Well, then, but it's really useful to have just as many people with Curved Shot as possible. And we haven't been using Swap for you as much. Oh, but then you're kind of tanky. I'll leave you with Curved Shot for now. We can decide later. If we notice it's being a problem. Probably want Wrath Strike for Happy because her physical strength it's not bad. I mean, it's more than Leonie's, but mostly we're doing magic stuff with you, so the little extra physical there is good. And your dex is for our party that's kind of low, so you're not really one of our big crit people. Good. All right, I think that's everything set up properly. All the fishing done, the greenhouse done, so it's time to actually get into this day and use our activity points, of which we have 8 now, so we're going to be able to share a ton of meals and acquire stuff with people to get bonds up pretty easily. We've got 8,000 something gold. We don't. There were no more presents we could buy, right? I'm pretty sure we used them all already. Indeed. What we do have are some bouillons in Marianne's inventory, for which we have no use. I wonder what it is with intelligent systems and putting gold bar items in their games that you just need to sell and they don't seem to do anything else. Oh my god, I didn't actually end up using that ambrosia on Happy. Darling, dearest, my friend, my love, my hero. Eat this flower. Defense 15! Looking more like it. Almost at my level, and above, and Lawrence's, and Raphael's, and Leonie's. Wow, a lot of us had some good defense growths, actually. Leonie's the most surprising of the bunch. It's, I think, pretty rare for anyone's strength to defense to be higher than their strength, I usually find. Very good. So, who is not in our party who we're trying to get? We're still trying to get Ferdinand, Linhart, Caspar, Felix, Ash, Sylvain, Mercedes, Ingrid, and Annette. Alois and Sedith we get in time. Rhea doesn't join you. So only 9 more people, which, it sounds simultaneously like many, many people and not many people. So we can invite them to teach, try and get a whole bunch of support up with one particular person. I don't know that that's, like, dramatically better than sharing meals. It's probably more efficient to do the meals because you do 2 people at once. And if it's a meal they like, then it'll be way useful. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to sacrifice some of our motivation of our people who are in our actual party so we can prioritize people who are out of our party. And basically all the people who are out of our party right now, we have C with, and we would like to be at the next tier, whatever that is. Some of them it's B, C+, and some of them it's a B. Actually, no, it's B for all of them. There is none of them have C+, these bunch. That's fortuitous, because when there's a C+, I think it usually is like, it's not that much easier to recruit them at C+ than it is at C. So B, but B is much easier to recruit them. So probably we want all of them to get to B at some point. Felix is the only one we would have a chance at probably getting without bringing them up to B. So maybe I should not prioritize him. But that said, since I think this is probably more support that it gets you than doing it with choir, what I'm probably going to do is have a meal with all of them, which will be 5. If there's 9 people we're doing and you have to bring 2 people, then that's 5 meals. And we have 3 points left over to, or should I be raising my skills? Question is, which ones am I worried about? Ash's Charisma and Lance. So we need Lance of at least D. So I should train that out. Most of these, if you want someone to join you, you need at least D. So we should probably get Heavy Armor, Flying, and Lance, and we're probably going to want reason to D+ for some of our magic people and faith. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe we should be mostly focusing on getting Hoppy skills this day. I'm not actually sure we don't have anyone recruited who needs Axe. Also, what's my brawling light? Is it D or D+? It's D. We probably need D+ even once we've got Caspar at B. Ah, why not just look it up? Hey, I'm just gonna look at the requirements for all of them now because it's getting a bit silly to just guess. So we can know which ones we're absolutely going to hit or not going to hit depending on what we do. Okay, we need a heavy armor of D+ because if you get... It does say support C+ with Ferdinand, but I didn't see it. There's no arrows above it. Or maybe you only get C+ if you're female bile or something? I don't know. Or maybe that's you only get pluses with people if you're on their route? Oh yeah, maybe that's... Oh no, I've got one of my settings. I don't understand. Anyway, if you're at C+ or B with him, you need D+ in heavy armor, and we already have the requirement in dexterity because it's 10 even if you don't have any support with him. So unless I'm getting up to C in armor, I need D+ in armor and then a C+ or a B support with him. So I need to get his support up with him and to get armor. It's gonna be myself a checklist for what we absolutely do need to do for each unit. Sorry, I know I was kind of just going like, we'll see how it turns out earlier in this playthrough, and now I'm just like, I'm just gonna look it up for all of them. But it'd be lame if we got like all of them but 2. It's kind of similar with him. If you're at C+ or B, you need D+ in reason. So we need to raise his support and otherwise you need to get C in reason, which is not happening. So we need to raise support and reason for that. For Caspar, again, very similar. If I'm at C+ or B, we need D+ in brawling. So we need brawling up and support up for him. Felix, this is where it's a little different because his requirements are a little unusual compared to some of the other ones. So we have a C+ in sword. It says you need a B in sword if you have a C support with him. So that's much more likely. I think that'll be faster than getting our support up with him. That was said we've already invested a fair bit in getting our support up with him, but basically what that means is either we need to get up support up with him so his sword requirement goes down, or we just need to get our sword up requirement because we're quite close. So either sword up or support up will work. There's also a system where even if you don't have the requisite things, or if you have a B+ support or higher with them, which I guess just means a B if they don't have a B+, then they might just randomly come up to you and be like, hey, can I join your class in teaching days? So we already have the charisma requirement for recruiting him at any level of support. So we need to get our lance up twice, because unless we have a B+ support with him, then the lance you need is D+. And at C support, you need a lance of C. So we need our support up once and our lance up twice. We're going to be cutting it pretty close, my friends. And we do have this month and the next month. It's more time than it sounds like, I think. You need to have way high charisma for him, but I think we actually do have it. We're not going to get it to a reason of C like we were saying before, so if we are going to get him, we're going to need to support up once and then recruit reason up to D+. So for Mercedes, what is my bow at? My bow's at C+. Oh, my problem is my magic. Okay, so I either have to get my magic up to 12 or get her up to a C+ support, because I've got the bow requirement. She must have a hidden talent in bow or something. She always uses one in the mock battles. Our faith is at D presently, is that right? Yes. Oh, shucks. Okay, so you need to, if you have a C+ support with her. Oh, maybe what it is, and I didn't realize this before. Maybe if they don't actually have a support conversation with a plus on it, maybe if you get it to a certain threshold, it doesn't tell you, but you reach C+. Either way, with Annette, if we have C+, we need a faith of C. If we have B, we need a faith of D+. So I think best bet is to support up and faith up, especially as I'm about to get a special... Well, it's kind of a shame because I'll get a special aptitude for faith, but it'll probably be also the teaching session that increases our faith to D+. So we won't need the aptitude anymore. Oh, Ingrid's actually pretty chill. We just need a D in flying. So we get that now, we can get her immediately. Oh, yeah, let's do that so that we don't actually have to raise our support with her anymore, because that's easy. Manuela could teach us flying. We could also, if we leveled up our sword right now with a few people, because they could probably teach us pretty handily what we're like, probably 2 teaching blocks away from getting us a level up in sword. We could also get Felix without doing any more support shenanigans. Yeah, because each teaching session of sword gives us 30, so we just need, if we did 2 sword, we would need a bit more faith. I think we should do 2 sword, to get Felix. I think a bit harder in a minute about who should do that. Hey. But I think for sure, Manuela, we should do flying, so we can just immediately go get Ingrid. I think she's the only one in our party presently who does flying, and that would be good for Faith. And this is the only way I'm getting flying, right? So let's do it! Yay! Boosh!
The glory of progress.
Ingrid, you know how sad it is that my dad's dead? You know what would make it better is if we went flying around and solved crimes together? Wow, look at that mysterious light. Hi!
Good timing, Professor. There's actually something I want to speak with you about.
Is it class related, or do you want to go kill people with
Put
me?
me in your class too.
Yeah, I
There
will.
are so many things I want to learn from you. Being in another class makes it especially challenging.
Some would argue impossible. Come on
Thank you,
in.
Professor. I look forward to studying under you.
Marvelous.
I will be extra diligent with my studies. Thank you for this opportunity.
Hey, no problem, pal. Ingrid joins our house. Marvelous. So we can take her off the little list here. There are two people who want our reason up to D+. That is Sylvain and Linhardt. So probably that's more priority than doing the sword, because there's a decent possibility of us getting sword just while we're fighting out and about, right? Because I'm using swords quite a bit. So let's focus on... Really? Let's focus on reason where it can be done. Actually, how many people wanted us... Faith? It was just Annette who wanted us to faith, but we would need a few teachings for that as well. So I was saying reason? Yeah, unless I get some greats, it's going to take a few reasons. So it's probably worth investing in now. Let's do it! Oh, I got a great, so actually that might pull us ahead here. What I was doing 21 though, so I'd have to get another great from Hanneman over here, which is unlikely. Come on, Hanneman, be good at teaching! Yeah, okay. Next time we're back at the monastery anyway, we can do some more reason and faith. I'm thinking for Mercedes, us getting up a magic of 12 is much less likely than just getting our supports up, so we should just do... Hang on a tick, what can Seta teach us? Oh, he can teach us flying as well! Damn it, I should have done him flying and then Manuela faith. When was the last time I saved? Nah, forget it. We'll have another teaching. We'll have another monastery day soon enough. I can have him teach us the lance anyway, because we need a bit. We need a fair chunk of that. Douche. Yahoo! Tempest
I
lance.
still have much to learn.
Barnacles. Barnacles? Tried to say brilliant and marvelous and came out barnacles, even though I said it really slowly. So that's the lance up, which is helping us towards Ash. And to recap now, for Ferdinand, we need that heavy armor up. Oh, I need it up twice as well to get to D+. We need heavy armor up twice to get to D+, and a support up with him. For Linhardt, we need a reason up to D+, which we're very close to, and then I need a support with him. Caspar, I need my brawling up to a D+, and then I need a support with him. Felix, it's either our sword up to B or a support up with him, so we won't prioritize him for supports because there's a decent chance we'll just get to sword of B before long. Ash, we need a support up with him and then another level of Lance. Sylvain, we need one support up with him and a reason to D. Mercedes, we need either magic up to 12 or another support up with her. Support up with her seems easier. And he needs a support up and faith to D+. So one great would push us there. But ultimately, we need a support up with a whole bunch of people, and we've already, I imagine we've made some pretty solid progress on that so far. We've been like doing presents with them and eating with them for like several days now, so since if we have 5 eating days to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. If I left Felix off of that, that would just be 7 people. So it's not more convenient. So we may as well bring Felix in on this, just in case we get the support up. We don't have to worry about this sword as much. Caspar and Felix both like this. Let's eat it. I don't know what it is, but it looks to be steak and salad.
That looks appetizing.
That's because it is.
I can eat so much of this stuff. My stomach's growling just thinking about it.
Weird flex, but I dig it. Oh yes, he's getting as professor level as well, which is worth, well worth it for that additionally. And then Mercedes together makes more sense, as they both like this stuff. Do we have how much materials we got for it? Yeah, we've got tons. I should be careful about selling too much food in the near future though, because we are going to be eating a lot of meals, it would seem. Any mercy!
Today's dish
Sup!
is so...
We already had this recently. I've got a support. With whom? Oh, they have a support with each other. Damn it, that doesn't help me. Can you guys talk on your own time, please? Did I see that Ash and Linhardt also like this dish? I sure did. Ferdinand also likes it. Well, I just had some of this stuff, guys, and I can tell you, it is fan-frickin-tabulous. Good. Glad you guys all enjoyed. Hang on, if that was 8, shouldn't that have taken 4 points? And we had 5, so that should have... Oh yeah, no, that is 4 training, so we had 8 points. We should have ended up with 4. Sorry, just counting is hard. So we need to find one that Ferdinand and Sylvain both like. Well, that was easy, but we don't have that many resources for that, so let's see if we can find a different one that they both like. We have more resources for. Poultry and carrot? You guys like poultry and carrot? Ferdinand? No. Big old pasta salad. Surely you can't say no to a pasta salad. Why you guys say no to a pasta salad? Onion gratin soup, though. Now that's the good stuff. How about it? Sylvain? Eat the soup and be happy. Turnip plate. Nobody likes the turnips. Vegetable stir fry. Why does Sylvain hate everything? Ah, they both like pheasant roast with berry sauce, and we have a bit more. We got a lot of poultry, so let's do that. Phew, that's easier.
After a scrumptious meal like that, I feel that I can really seize the day.
I mean, you've hardly touched it, but I appreciate the energy behind what you're saying. Right, that didn't actually get us personally any more sports with them, but we've got to be close. This whole screen is we're still working on, and we've just got to be close. But just in case I read any of this horribly, horribly wrong, let's go try and recruit them all and see what they say. Pretty sure I read it all right, though, and we're not going to get any of them now.
Oh, we were thinking... Oh, Professor.
Oh?
I have a
small request for you.
Oh!
I'd love it if you would
Oh.
add me to your class.
So I guess that does mean we're up at C+ with her technically, and now our bow is worth it.
I can just tell that studying under you every day would be such a treat.
Yay! Come on in!
Really? Thank you so much.
I can tick you off the list. So I didn't realize in this game that there still was a hidden value of a support C+, even if they didn't have an actual conversation
so
for it.
happy.
Once you hit a
Hope to
certain
learn
threshold.
A lot from you.
Great! I'm happy to learn from you too as well. That's the best way teaching happens. Is if the teachers are also learning from the students. By which I mean thank you for all your loot. So there's a chance that I've gotten up to plus supports with some of these people as well, and they'll suddenly join. Not Felix, not Sylvain, but we're damn close it would seem. Not Ferdy, not Lynn, not Caspar, and not Ash. Okay, so Grant, we have but that's a marvelous progress we made. We've got Mercedes and Ingrid. So we're down to 7 people who are still unaccounted for, as in not in our class, and we're like 1 level up away from all of them, basically. Like 1 support and or 1 skill level up is where we are at away from them. So I'm quite happy with that progress there. Let's see what kind of things Mercy and Ingrid brought along with them. Fruit of Life! Holy crap, Mercedes! And a vulnerary training bow, I'll take those. And a bouillon from Ingrid. Goddamn, guys, I don't really know what to say. Thank you. Someone could get more health for it. Probably makes sense to do Happy as well. If she's being main tank, then health and defense, both pretty important. We can sell off that bouillon as well. Thank you very much. Ah, they call it hit points in this game. Everyone knows health power is what that stands for. Marvelous, and that's all our activity points spent, so I don't know that there's much else we need to do around here. We can hit up the statue and just see if there are any more. We got a bit of renown in that last day, so I can't remember if the rare monster ones give you like a buttload, and maybe we could get up another upgrade sometime soon here, because more. Oh yeah, we could get something from one thing. Faith +2 makes sense, doesn't it? It also gets us quite close to the next speed thing. Yeah, sure, go for it.
You're all set.
Oh, it's gold now. Nice. The index statue we got way earlier in this because it's bow and brawling, which are both good for us. If we get 3,000 farther in this one, we get some sword stuff as well. Let me just hop down to Abyss and see if there's anything worth offering up to the pagan altar. Like, oh yeah, maybe those goddess messengers. Maybe they're really good for renown, and we could get some sweet progress on the statues by giving them away. Maybe that's what we spend them on. We also just got a bunch of other extra fish, so. Oh, right, and we got to turn in some of these things because we exhausted people's motivation. So we can renew their motivation, the motivation of Hilda, Claude, and Happy. Photon seeds, yeah, sure. Drop 3 of those in. We're not using we're not really using anything except root vegetable and eastern photon seeds. And I don't really foresee that changing very soon, but you know, it may be that like by the end of the game I'm like, okay, Happy has enough defense. Let's get strength for someone else, but I don't know. Oh yeah, and since we've got a lot of money, we could spend it on stuff here. Stuff in the marketplace to then deposit here for, well, I may as well put the weeds in. Because 1 renown is worth more than 1 gold. To, like, basically buy a renown with gold if we ever have some extra. But, I don't know that we are, like, that way ahead in money that we want to be doing that. We do have a lot of poultry. Let's pass 4 of that off. Just give us a little leg up and, some renown here. And again, tea. I'm not really doing tea times except for on people's birthdays, so we probably don't need even this much tea. I'll just give each of the ones we have 2, I'll just bring them down to 1. Because I'm rarely remembering what people's favorite tea are anyway. The fish. We just got a whole bunch of this. We don't need this nearly as many white trout. So let's give 8 of those away. 3 of those. 7 of those. 7 of those. 1 of you. 2. Ooh. Boost defense. We might want to keep a few of those around. I'll bring that down to 4 then. Ditto for the bullhead. Benny and Herring, though, we can get 3 of those away. Silverfish, we said their money is much better than the thing that you get from this. And Goddess Messenger, yeah, 100 points isn't that much. The money is almost definitely better. But that's certainly a leg up in renown, and we're ahead on our way to the next tier of whatever statue we want. And I'll keep the Goddess Messengers around for now because I'm not like 100% sure I want to just be selling them, but we can sell off any of the fish that are like gold and platinum, etc. I think now. Get ourselves a bit of extra funding. Happy! This basket of berries, it's a shame, they're all rotted as though it's been sitting out here for half a month, but you know what? It's yours, isn't it?
Whoa. I was sure I'd never see this thing again. Thanks for finding it.
No problem. Don't eat the hat, please. Claude, my darling boy. Your board game piece or whatever, this is a rook, isn't it? Figures you'd need this back.
I've been looking everywhere. Whew, thanks a million.
You got it. Hilda.
Found it. Thank you so much. You're a sweetheart.
I was half tempted to keep it because it was so damn gorgeous. And that ought to be all we need to do around the monastery now. So I think we can head to our teaching day and then call it an episode. So now that we've actually gotten some support, some motivations back up in our party, with Claude, Happy, and Hilda, this won't be a total waste of a teaching day, basically. Claude, sword definitely is what we need for you right now.
A lot from this.
Hell yeah! Beta monsters, nice.
Experience is everything.
Sweet. So now that you're at C+, you'll have a fair better chance of it. What I don't remember is if it's just the letter grade that matters, or if being like halfway to B on C+ is better than not being halfway to B on C+ for your chances. It must do, right? Because otherwise the percentage chance to complete would be much more blocky. Whereas it's always like it goes up and down by a few numbers. It's depending on something. So it must be that you want to have a higher sword if you can help it to win the exam.
Used to this.
Well, get used to it because you're perfect. Hilda, need some sword for you as well. Let's do it.
That was so helpful. Thanks.
You got it.
I think I got the hang of it.
This is clear. Actually, you did get a lot of sword from that. That was sweet. Happy. Yeah, that'll be time for your brawling. Let's get your sword.
Thanks for taking the time.
You got it. Thank you for being motivated after having your basket of berries found. And now it doesn't really matter who we do because none of these people are in our party. Zero Buddy. Listen, I know you've been thinking about leading battalions for a long time.
Kept going.
Here's some primers on tactics, all right?
Nice.
What you're going to want to do is put them all in the woods.
Professor, that's real nice of you to say.
You nailed it. It's because you're my star pupil, Cyril. No one else has learned about woods this quickly.
This isn't so hard.
I know, right? All I need to do is put them in the woods and everything's fine. Hanneman, know you've been working on that flying of yours. So,
just as I've always expected.
Let's get that going, shall we?
No matter how old one gets, it's always nice to hear, "Job well done."
Especially when the topic is not falling to your death.
As I've always expected.
As I've always expected, falling to your death is the least desirable end product of a successful flight.
I believe your coaching is better than mine.
Oh, Hanneman, that's not true. Look at you, you're so good at flying already now.
Just as I've always expected.
Ah, you want to stay on the back of the wyvern.
Age is but a number.
Well done, Hanneman. Mercy, I know you've been itching to punch someone. Let me help you with that. These two on flying works for me. Oh, Mercy and Ingrid. So sorry, friends. Clearly there's been some kind of miscommunication about what we are and aren't learning in this classroom. Begin lecture!
Professor?
Student, most nobles seem to think magic is their birthright and that commoners lack the talent for it. Help me master reason and train as a warlock to prove them wrong. You know what would be a better way to prove them wrong? Become an assassin and kill them all. Off we go!
Can't argue with results, can you?
Who would when they're like that? Awesome, let's see if anyone gets a skill up here. Some of us are close, like Marianne might be getting brawling. Ooh, close. Hilda got brawling to C+. Bernadetta got some sword. These are people are not in party. Oh no.
Yeah.
Petra got something. Nice one, Hilda.
I think I got it.
We'll be able to take Hilda off brawling soon
One
enough.
step before the next.
Some brawling for you as well.
still
I thought you got a
have
sword.
much to learn.
Nice. I've got her on this because she's already good with both sword and bow. Wait, is that right? Is she at B of sword already? No, yeah, I think she was. I think we got it to that point. And speaking of, prior to what? Sorry, Hoppy. I forgot you're still in a bad mood and I shouldn't be so happy right now. But I'm so happy about the progress. Just think of all your friends and how good they are getting at hitting people with swords. Does not make you feel a little better, Bile? Let's just check if anyone... I didn't buy any more Smithing Stone stamp. Well, we should be fine. 47, that'll do. Check if anyone's gear needs some zooming up before we head out again. Yeah, let's fix up your training sword so we can go right into the battle next episode without waiting around. I can fix it because it only needs one black sand steel. Yeah, do that. Better just have it at max. Ditto yours. If it took like 3, I would be like, nah, let's wait till we can forge it. Oh, speaking of, can we forge it? Damn it. Oh, but it needs a sort of B, so you don't want to do that yet anyway, because we're all still just barely not ready for that. Other than that, though, it seems most part we're all reasonably well equipped here. Your training bow, we didn't give you curved shot. Did we give you curved shot or swap? We gave you curved shot, but it's fine. You're not going to use it that many times. Still 0, big old 0 on arcane crystals. Oh, it only takes 1 to repair it. If we had just saved those 9 and if I'd not thrown them away like an idiot. Oh, I can't believe I did that. This made it so much harder. And I saved right after, too. There was no going back. Nevertheless, I think Claude is still the only level 20 who does not have Assassin. Yeah, it looks that way. But we're all level 18s and 19s now. There are no more level 17s. So in this next few battles, we're going to get like a few who are really properly at the requirement for assassin. Yes, your sword and bow are in the right spot, so it was right to put you on brawling and flying. Mercy's got a higher strength than some of us. So that means the only one who could even try for assassin at the moment is you, and you have like maybe a 70% chance? 77, that's not bad. I feel like taking that. I feel like taking that action. And like I was saying, yeah, I'm not gonna save Scummit if we get this wrong. Come on, God! Oh, really? 77% chance.
I wasn't prepared enough.
Yeah. I'm with you, Hoppy. That sucks. Well, there's one less advanced seal for us, but we weren't going to have enough for our main party anyway as it stands, so we were going to have to buy some more next month anyway. And you know what? Even just to make it so that, because it's usually the battles take a fair bit of time, let's watch the cutscene for Sword and Shield of Saros now. Just to be clear, Curse Relic is level 19, so it's a bit ahead of Black Orchid Scheme, but I'll try and do Sword and Shield Saros, then Curse Relic will be this battle day, but let's just watch the cutscene now so we can just get, like, second the next episode starts, it's like we're launched into the battle. We'll get all the setup prepared this time. Depart for Sword and Shield of Saros! And as usual, I'm alright if we don't get the extra objectives, as long as we get the main paralogue done. That's what I'm more concerned about. Even though the extra objectives are usually good stuff, like permabuffs and all. Sword and Shield of Saros!
And that is our situation.
But with so few knights, we'll surely... Ah, Professor. Excellent timing.
What's going on?
Alois, you're not going to suggest we send students, are you?
When have they ever suggested anything else?
I am, actually. Do you have a problem with that?
I do. We can't send them out on a nice mission
Yes,
without
I have a
licensing.
problem with
I'm
that.
sure I can get the go-ahead. I'll just say
Why is
the
like 2
students
rooms
have a
away?
New
Let's go
food
ask.
Training opportunity or something like that. Besides, we'll be there. We're not going to let them get killed by pirates.
Neck minute. What's this about pirates?
There are pirates causing havoc in the port of Deirdre, at the center of House Regan's territory.
That's really
the
bad.
Merchants Association sent a request via the Eastern Church asking for protection.
The Eastern Church.
You haven't heard of the Eastern Church? I suppose it's because they don't have
You haven't heard of the super obscure thing? Ah, it's because they're obscure.
The Eastern Church controls Eastern Fodlan. They don't have a standing army like we do. So, for incidents like this, they customarily ask for help from the Central Church.
It's troubling that there is such a precedent that they need to have a customarily ask for help plan.
I imagine they want to contribute to make their presence known in the Alliance.
Be that as it may, we knights are quite busy. We don't have personnel to spare. Therefore, we're enlisting your help.
You should have some experience dealing with pirates from your mercenary days.
Yeah, fortunately they don't swim in this game, so I may.
The students have dealt with pirates, so this shouldn't be a problem for them.
We
Come
did?
with us, won't you? Think of it as a training exercise. The Merchants Association will reward us handsomely.
Let's hope. Let's go.
We don't have time to lose. Let's take care of this quickly.
I'm with you! Next time on Fire Emblem Three Houses, our Verdant Assassins, but let's just really quickly make sure that we've got all our people who we're going to bring in the right spot. I suppose if I'm a higher level, we're probably not going to be bringing me, so I won't be getting much sword here, which will make it harder to get Felix on board. I guess it seems that even though I'm assassin now, I get my normal Byleth sword animation instead of the assassin-y one. Oh, I'm forced to come with them, so there's that. Okay. Other than that, though, we probably do want to treat this as a training battle in the sense of we're trying to get our level 18s up higher. So we'll start with bringing level 18s, and then we'll bring some level 20s. We have 4 more slots to bring in. How many level 19s, rather? Not level 20. 7 level 19s. So we're going to be leaving 3 of them behind. You're rather close to getting it, and your sword is good, so I think we want to bring you. We probably want to bring both our magic people, actually. And you already have the requirements for it, so for sure. After the last bit, I'm thinking, yeah, happy to tank would be good. But I want some serious muscle, so I was thinking of bringing Catherine and Raphael. I guess we could sort of go make it so that I've got half of that plan. We could bring Raphael and Happy. Probably that's worth doing because we've just given Raphael that super big attacky battalion, so he's going to be like crazy overpowered for a bit, probably. That works for me. Sorry about it, Claude. But you get experience when you're an adjutant as well, right? So the adjutants we bring should be our level 19s as well, which are Catherine, Petra, Hilda. So Catherine, you got the least amount of experience here. Who do you in the Marine party could you use some support with? Lawrence, you could come with, or Lysithea. Yeah, go with Lysithea. So now Petra or Hilda. Hilda has less XP. Who are you going with? Probably Lawrence. is the only one in our party who you actually need a bit more support with that you don't have. Right, and since Shamir's in our party, we should give her a bow. So now that we're playing as her. And I guess a sword, just in case. Well, does she have close counter? Probably. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's in our party, so we can mess with her abilities and stuff. She doesn't have any more. Oh yeah, all her physical stuff is lances. Yeah, sure, we'll give you a lance. We got one that no one's using. Since we haven't been playing with her, she's not crazy powerful. She's decently strong even still, even though she's like 4 levels below us. So we should make use of her in this mission for sure. Alois, do we not get to control him maybe? No, I think we did. Oh, right, but we're saying that he's a warrior and this is an assassin's run, so we shouldn't be dealing damage with him. If we do get to control him, we don't get to attack with him because he's a warrior. I think I might have messed that up last time we were here, so it's a good thing we lost. So let's just see what the enemies are like around here again. It's level 21. Yeah, they're actually somewhat matched to us in like speed and strength and stuff now, so we're probably gonna have I shouldn't really be speaking, but we're likely to have an easy time with them. Their defenses are pretty low on the whole. Well, they're not crazy high like we've been seeing in a lot of other missions anyway. And all we have to do is defeat the enemy commander, which we got somewhat close to doing before. Now that we're way high level, this should go off without a hitch. But that'll be next episode. So, next week on the channel is going to be some more Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Just ask Pura. And next time here, we'll be retrying this one, Sword and Shield of Saros. I reckon it'll go much better this time than it did before. And if we can keep... I think maybe you get like an energy drop if you... Oh, right. In this run, I'm allowed to look things up. We should do that. I didn't actually even bother setting up who was going where, but this seems like a decent party for the south here because we've got some tanky people and damagey people. Actually, you know what? It doesn't mention here whether if you have to keep them out of the village at all for any kind of reward. The only thing it says is that you get a special battalion if Alois is recruited. So I guess we could only do that if we had waited till next month to recruit him because I don't think we have the option to recruit him already. So anyway, let's just try not to lose, basically, because if they get into the... It doesn't say this yet, but if they get into the town for like 3 turns, you lose also, right? Or is your reward, or you lose the bullion maybe from it? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to try my best not to let it happen, and if it happens, too bad. But that is all for now. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! I've fought better enemies than you with this Zonite Reaper before. And I expect I shall fight better enemies later. Wow, you guys are just really fond of Grabian champions. Hero worship is an unhealthy and unpleasant thing to behold. Ah, okay, get up now. It doesn't mean grab me. So I get a few of them here.